We spoke with one man who has been living at Old Kona Airport and has now been given a bed at Hawaii County's emergency shelter next to the Friendly Place. He was not a longtime resident at Old Airport and only resorted to living there when his personal circumstances changed.
State built over by the Friendly Place, but I got into the shelter, which is next door, instead of living at Tent City. How do you say, it's kind of confusing right now because nobody knows what they're doing, but there's a lot of new people all in big space trying to deal with everybody. What else do you want to know?
Well, I am curious, why are you without a house, without a place to live, and do you work or have you worked?
I'm getting back to work right now. The reason I was out of work because I had 2 retina surgeries done and 3 man-made lens implants done on my eyes, so it took me out of work for quite a while. And then it's hard to get back to work with having one like this, right?
Who is that?
This is Koa. This is my son, my dog. But having him and finding a babysitter for him and getting a housing and all that all at the same time is kind of hard because you don't always get a place to live that you can keep an animal.
What was your work? What is your work?
I was working for 17 years moving brand new tropical furniture and unloading containers. You know, driving forklift, driving truck, doing all that good stuff. But it came with a place to live and all that. So when I lost the job, I lost the place to live. He's just playing.
He doesn't like cars so much, does he?
It's trucks. Every truck's got a dog in it because there were 2, a pit bull and a German Shepherd tried to jump him out of the truck. So no, just trucks are all got dogs in them.
So do you think you're going to be able to get back to work?
I started working with a friend of mine this week, doing fixing like rental houses for realtors. You know, like fixing decks and things like that. So it's a little sporadic, but you know, as we work on it, we'll get more work.
Great. Where are you going now?
I'm going down to Old Days to take him for a run down to the beach so he can go get wet.
Cool. Thank you so much. Aloha.
You're welcome.
We really manning the entrance to this whole complex, and what our goal was to just make sure we knew who was coming in and where they were going and what their business was. So we were trying to basically cover the whole facility. And then we found out that, you know, these tenants are tenants. They pay rent, so they're not supposed to be have to go through security, and they're people that own these, not own, but they're staying at these apartments. So we discussed it and decided that our main responsibility for the security is to be up here and just provide some security here and sense of order. So their role changed from being a guard, security guard at the front end, to now being the keepers of this place and providing structure for our site here. So 2 kinds of learnings they have to go through.
So you're the security guard on duty right now. Tell us your name if you're willing. By the way, I'm using this for Big Island Video News, so you know what this is for. But, so you're a security guard here. Tell us your name.
Jamie Alani.
And tell us what issues you face and what you do when there are issues.
Well, it's just maintaining who's coming in and out, you know, and then making sure they're on the list that's supposed to be up here.
Have you had any security problems, any fights or anything that you needed outside assistance for?
Just some little arguments, but nothing too bad.
What happens when there is something? Do you call the police?
Well, nothing that got escalated, so you pretty much kind of separate them, you know, go your own way, like the other person go the other way.
So we have had some situations where we've had to have the police come in. There was an argument, and one of the girls cut her arm. And so the security person on that shift called, and the police came and took her to the emergency room. We have a few others where they have a hard time following the rules, and so they outright refuse to follow security instructions. So they call the police on that, and we try to make it so that it's a learning experience. We realize the rules are new, and following them in a structured setting like this. So we try to give them a cooling off period and allow them to come back. It's for a verbal altercation. I'm not sure what we're going to do with an actual physical. We're going to probably have to be harder on that. And physical altercations will probably result in asking them not to come back.
Well, what are the rules for staying here at the Hale Kikaha tent city?
We have a set of rules that everyone signs, maybe.
Well, pretty much, don't loiter, on the other side, the micro units and the emergency shelter. Conduct yourself in an orderly manner, and no illegal drugs and alcohol on the premises. There's a designated area for smoking, so you have to try and abide by that rules.
One of the hardest is to have them remain on our side and not to go in the micro units and to the emergency shelter. We've had issues with that. So
They pretty much know each other, that's why.
So you're saying these folks all sort of came together and they are friends?
In a sense, yeah.
Okay. Is he one of yours or is he one of the residents here?
One of the campers, I believe.
we call this Camp Kikaha. We're calling it Camp Kikaha. Because Hale Kikaha is the micro units here. So this is Camp Kikaha. We're calling it that now.